Hey everybody, it's May and it is March 2nd, and so I'm a day or two behind getting my process video for my faith kit set up. So if you want to see what I'm going to be housing my Bible study in this month, just stay tuned. Okay guys, so I have decided to do my God Sees Me kit because I haven't done it yet, and I have printed it on removable matte paper and the clear. So I have it, both ways. So here is the sheet B with the scriptures and the deco, and then I also have it in clear. Here is just the deco and then in clear, and then the borders, and sheet E with this really long sidebar, I guess you could say, and these really pretty florals. And here is the word study, and then this gets into the what do you call it, the add-on kit. And I love all the shades of purple, blue, and pink, but it's not as vintage as I would like it. When I craft, I really like to go vintage. Like I said, if I make a mistake, you can always, act like it was on purpose. So these are the freebies, and I don't have the journaling kit cut in front of me, and I have a couple of deco singles. And the reason I showed you the God Sees Me kit is in case y'all hadn't seen it, I wanted you to get an idea of like the colors. So I have shown this box in several videos. I was going to use it as a recipe keeper. I was going to use it, let me zoom out, I'm like way close, whoops. I was going to use it as a recipe box, but it's just not, it's not my style for recipes. So I got it from, let's see, I got it from Ben Franklin's way back before they were AC Moore, so that should tell you like how long ago that was. I've probably had this box about 15 years, guys. I'm not even joking. Just in my stash, and I got it for $1.50. So I wanna do something to this box, and I definitely want to put my Bible study in this box. So we're gonna hook this box up. We're gonna make it super pretty. It's hung around the house for so long. It needs something really, really nice done to it. So the one thing I definitely want to use this month is this package that I had did an unboxing video for. Someone on Amazon had reached out and wanted me to review their product. And you guys, this thing is just amazing, right? I showed a video. I'll link it down below if you hadn't seen it. It comes with like all these papers. And look at all the blues and the flowers. Lots of pink, lots of vintage. Came with this like little glue stick. I mean, stickers and tons of these little items here to like write your notes and stuff on, right? I mean, they're just too cute. So I definitely want to use that in correlation with my kit this month. Because I had told this person when I agreed to review it, I was like, yes, I will definitely be using it in the month of March. So, well, actually, I think I told him February. But I will link the video for this down below and where you can purchase your own on Amazon. He's got several different ones. They're really, really cool, and I think they're super worth the money for what he's asking. It's like $15, and it's not that expensive. So, first thing I did was, I did this off camera, is I went ahead and I cut some of those two-sided pattern papers I had showed you guys in a haul video from scrapbook.com. Let me see if I can get the main sheet of it. I've already opened the package and was playing. I did an unboxing on it. So it's called Purple Haze by Paper Rose. And I got it from, it was actually a freebie from scrapbook.com. It was 18 double-sided papers. And I went ahead and cut all these papers down. I cut like 5 or 6. Let's see. 1, 2. I just cut 5. Right? Because they're double-sided. To 3 1/4 by 5. Because when I open up this little bugger right here, I thought 3 1/2 by 5, 3 by 5s would work. But there was just like a little bit too much room. So they're going to fit perfectly, as you can see in the box. So I've got them in that really pretty cardstock, the Purple Haze. And then I've got, cardstock that's pink. I've got this deep purple right here, this color. I've got like a lighter purple. Whoops. Blending them all together. So I got this one. I got this shade of blue. Whoops, that one goes with that. And I think there's anywhere from, except for the cardstock, the patterned ones, there's anywhere from 10 to 12 in each color, right? More than enough. And then I've got like a really light baby blue. If y'all hear Tater, he hears them chihuahuas across the street, and he's got to talk about it. So this really pretty, like teal baby blue almost. I got 6 regular craft colored little ones, and then like this really vibrant blue right here, right? So there is going to be leftover cards, I'm sure, but I know that I like to take a lot of notes, so I definitely wanted a lot of papers. And my idea is to use the papers that are in here and to like make kind of like a memory decks card or a scrapbooking card for each day's entry. And there'll probably be several cards, you know, per day, especially if there's a word study. So that is the idea for how to put the Bible study into the box on those cards. So let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff I pulled out, and I might use, I might not use. Y'all know how I am. I pull out all kinds of stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, we'll see when we start it. Okay, so the first thing I did was I went through just like my Walmart paints, you know, my apple barrels and things like that, and the folk art. I got this glittery teal and like a glittery purple. I got this real pretty patina right here. What color is this? Oh, it's called patina. Duh. Then I've got true green like for leaves. I've got blue bonnet. And then lavender. So I've got some of these paints right here. I might be painting the box. Oh, I also have turquoise. And like for the centers of the flowers, this really pretty yellow. So we just never know. I might paint flowers onto the box. I've pulled out these Dana Wakley paints right here. These are acrylic. This is magenta, peacock. Then there's evergreen, lapis, marine, blackberry, clear gesso. Might need that. That's kind of like a primer in a way. Eggplant and carnation. So I've got those colors on the ready. Whoops, missed one. And then turquoise right here. Okay, so I'm also a really, really big fan of using my ink sprays. I will stain wood with ink sprays because I think it turns out amazing. So I pulled out the rose quartz and the periwinkle blue, and I have my mini mister with just water in it in case I need to water it down like it's a little too vibrant. And the way I use my ink sprays generally is I take flowers, and you can see where like the different colors are in them, and I soak them and saturate them in different colors of ink. And I don't know if it's showing on camera, but these are like very two-tone colors. There's like blue and purple, and then it goes to like a light lavender and pink inside. And just each one is individual and different because I've ink sprayed them. I mean, stained them. They originally were white. Then here are some pink ones that came from Really, Really Reasonable Ribbon. These were already this color, this like dusty pink. And then here's an example of what those little flowers look like, you know, before I do them. So they're just like this cream off-white color, and then I use ink sprays and I change the color on them. So then here are some blues that I did, and I just want to use a couple of these. I have this also, this spray of like some little beads with like glitter and puffy dimensional items and the leaves. I think I'm going to stick them in between the leaves. And then, of course, I have some of these beaded sprays, you know, that are kind of like holographic. And then I have some, this is a Prima Rose. And these are actually just acrylic. I'm sorry, that's a Prima Rose as well. Is it? I think that's one I made. I can tell by the bead center, that's one I made. Okay, so then these are just from some fake flowers we had in the house where I didn't like them in the collection and the vase anymore, and when I went to like change them up, I pulled a few of them off to use in craft projects. So I'll have to cut this part of the bottoms off. So then I also got some pink ribbon, and so I'm thinking that that's a nice contrast with some of the lighter colors. And then here is, I don't even know if I showed you guys, here's the deeper purples that I did. Yeah, I think I just showed you like the lighter ones. So I've got some darker ones as well. And then, let's see. I've got a couple packages of these little miniature roses. So you got like a pink color and a deep blue. I like that idea. Of course, I've got my fake greenery leaves that I shape however I want. And then here are a couple more of those roses, but these are just a teeny bit bigger. They're not as small as the ones I just showed. And then a couple of hair bows I had started like a long time ago. I didn't finish, you know, adding the dimensional pieces, but I've got them in purple and a little pink. Might do something with those, I don't know. And then I have these from Hobby Lobby. They're laser cut craft icons, which are crosses. So I'm thinking I'm going to be putting one of these on the box with the flowers. So the only other thing I would have to show you is like, you know, I just have some lace and I have the leftover cardstock from where I cut down the things where I'll be decorating each of the cards. So yeah, I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. I had originally thought I was going to make like a TN journal and make my own cover for it and everything, and I was going to cover it in fabric, and so I had purchased these fat quarters because I thought these went nice with the kit, and I'd even gotten this really pretty trim in this purple. But you guys, I was like, this box has been just, you know, it's been showing up in video after video for the last year. It's been sitting over here on the side. I've been looking at it every day while I design. I'm like, we need to do something with this box. And the only other thing I have is like a little balsa wood piece of, it's a piece of balsa wood and it's cut into a doily. So I might use this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and we'll see what I come up with. Okay. Got it stained, and I know that when I was doing the process and I was fast forwarding it, it was looking like it was going to be super dark, but as you can see, it dried up to like, it's lighter than navy blue, guys. It really is. There is an imperfection in the wood that will not allow stain to sink into it, so we're gonna have to play with that area a little bit, or we can just sandpaper it, make it distressed, and make it look like it's supposed to be that way. But yeah, I like how it's turned out so far. But it's just not, I'm thinking in my mind it's not going to be spiffy enough. So, I went back through my stash. I did try to stain, I stained the ribbon to this purple color. And I like how when it dried, it's like a two-tone effect on the ribbon. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I just don't know. It's really got like some dark edges on either side. It turned out really cool, so I'm totally digging it. And I like when I ball it up, you get patches of stain distributed unevenly, and so it makes it looks very unique. I like it. I love doing stuff like this. So I did go ahead and use the remainder of the stain, and I dyed the pink one. I didn't like the way it dried, and if you don't know, when you use the Dana Wakley ink sprays, if you Don't let it completely dry overnight into the material. You just run it under cold water and you just scrunch it and it will go back to the original color. So it's actually on the kitchen sink dry now and is going back to the color pink. I will use it in another project somewhere. So I tried to take this same rose quartz and stain like the little cross in balsa wood. The problem is this stuff is super porous. Even though you would think it isn't and you would think it would soak in, it has a tendency to soak in and through and then leave. So it doesn't color the way that you want it to. And I don't want to paint that against the stain. I think that's going to look, yeah. So I went back through my stash and I found some stuff that I'm like, you know, there's silver hardware in here. So you got the silver latch and then the silver, you know, hinges. Ooh, that's loud when it does that. So I was like, you know what? Let's put some of these silver feet on the booger. Let's just make it pretty spiffy. I love this idea. So we're going to be putting the feet on there. And then I found this in my stash. It's a piece of metal. It's like it's almost like a frame, you know? I think it was called a brooch pin or something like that. I don't remember what it was called. But I got that one, and then I also got one with this purple. Problem is it's got a fairy in the middle. But, you know, I'm getting on my thinking cap here. If I layer it just right, I could probably hide the fairy. That is way too big. But, like, I could maybe hide the fairy, but I don't really want to hide anything. So, thinking about maybe pulling a sticker out from the kit and framing it and then putting flowers, like, maybe, like, you know, big here, down small, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Also, Miss Pam, my very, very good friend, sent me this gorgeous charm bracelet. The problem is even when I put it on the smallest little thing right here, it doesn't want to stay on my wrist. It's still too big. But it's got blue, it's got a cross, and it's got some sparklies. So, I'm thinking, guys, that I'm going to incorporate this somehow on my box because I love that idea. And that way, every single time I use this box and look at this box, not only will I know my Bible study for God Sees Me is on here, but I will see in my mind Miss Pam. Sounds corny, but it's true. That's what I'm thinking. So, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward you guys again, and we'll come back and see what the finished project is. Okay? Bye. Okay, everybody. So I did finish the project, and I went ahead and did the first 3 days entry for the God Sees Me kit. This was not planned. I went to put my rings on and cleaned up my area, and I scratched this when I dropped it. I did a little too much with my hands today, so I was a little upset that I had to add this. This was not, I actually just wanted to leave this side plain. But you deal with what you get thrown, you know what I mean? So it's growing on me. It's not really what I wanted. But what I do like is all the colors that are in the kit are reflected in all the flowers here in this little bunch. Had this incident happened before I had did the arrangement, this would have been a lot less. It would have been a much smaller arrangement, probably on the corner, and then like maybe a little tucked in here. But you know, you deal with what happens. So I did go ahead and put the charm bracelet from Miss Pam, so I will always be able to have it as a keepsake. I will never misplace it. I actually like this idea. I will always have this bracelet, and every time I look at it, I will think of Miss Pam when I see it. I arranged the ribbon in a way to where it's like purposely like rippled, and I glued it that way. I put in the butterfly spray, a blue rose, and I rippled it over here. The feet are on all four corners of the box, and when you open the hardware, the latch, and you close it, it does not affect the butterfly spray at all. So let's go ahead and open it up. I do like how it dried a lot lighter than what the original stain was. So I have my cards in here ready to go each day of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the cards that I've already done for days 1 through 3. Let me make sure I got them all. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm playing around. I don't really know how I like my style yet. I'm just basically wanting to use up a lot of stuff that's in my stash, so I glued a little bit of that trim here. I used a note card from By the Well for God. I used some of the stickers from the kit. I put day 1, and I did on Psalm 141:8. And then I put a flower that was in my stash that I had made a long time ago, and I wrote up my verse. So on the back, I used some of the cardstock, and I went ahead and decorated, like, you know, just border strips on the top and bottom. I used some of those scrap papers that was in the Amazon kit. I used a sticker that said importance. I wrote out the importance, used some more stickers, and then I used my alpha stickers to say take refuge in him. So that would be day 1's entry. And I kind of like it. Okay, so for day 2, I did it on Psalms 139, 13 through 13 through 14, and there are 2 words in the word study for this day. I put day 2, and I put just a small fabric flower from my stash. I ripped up one of the light purple cards and made it very distressed looking. And then on the back, instead of putting the importance, I went ahead and put one of the word studies, and I did it on Wonderfully Made on this one. And this is from a floral corner from the add-ons. Okay, so then this goes along with day 2. So on the front of this card, I put some of the cream color trim, light turquoise blue flower, one of the stickers from the kit, and wrote out my importance. And then on the back side, I did the second word study for fearfully. So I like the way that these 2 worked out for day 2. I kind of like that. So the last one I did was this morning. I was a little rushed for time, and I wanted to do it super simple to see what I like of it, if I liked it or not. I don't really like the way this one turned out. I probably would like to do it from now on, like, you know, just rip up a shape and then write out my verse. So I put day 3. I used a few stickers and a tag from the kit. I wrote out my verse. And on the back, I used another one of those things from Amazon, and it was like grid sheets. I wrote in my importance, put a little sticker, and this was the scripture for 139, 13 through 14. Even though this scripture is on 139, 15, it's still in that same area in Psalms. So what I did was I went ahead and put that sticker there. So this was a look at my my little idea for the month of March for the God Sees Me kit. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cute. I like the idea that the cards are going to be pretty bulky, you know? So it'll definitely fill up the inside of this box. I don't want to really overthink it and try to make them super gorgeous and not like the way they turn out or whatever. I mean, like I said, this one really wasn't something I liked. I did like the back. I just didn't really care for the front. But I'm not going to sweat it. It's more about being in the Word. And if you get to use that stuff in your stash at the same time, I mean, can't say no to that, right? So I hope you guys like the project share and a look at the first 3 days. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, until I see you for another video. Bye.